Hello, my nail friends. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Brush, a podcast dedicated all to the World Star Nail Artist Competition. Today, we have some really important topics to discuss because it plays a huge part in this competition. We are going to be talking about the video diary and why it's important. Helping me today to go over these amazing details are two of my favorite people in the whole entire world. Please help me welcome Beth Livesay and Nicola Sawyer, everybody. Wom, 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 wom. Welcome back. We are here to talk about something really, really important. How to shoot a video for WSNA. Beth, can you sort of walk us through why we ask for video diaries from these contestants and why it's important?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually, to start off with. So there's so many good in-person competitions, right? And the beauty of those is when you're judging, you're watching someone work, or you know that they're doing their work on the show floor, and then you're seeing it's brought over to you. But this is a virtual competition, so the videos are what the judges rely on to see you do your work on your nails. So if there's a video, for example, where you're not showing any of the technique, it becomes very iffy, right, for the judges, because A, how do we know you did that yourself? B, how can we possibly speak to your technique because we didn't see you actually doing it and breaking it down? It's like a cooking show, right? We just see you talking and then there's beautiful nails. There's like nothing in between. So I think the videos are really here to help teach the judges how you're doing your nails. And if they're shared publicly, right, the videos are to teach others really cool tips and techniques and just to kind of share your artwork with the world. So I think it's all those purposes, but the judges look very carefully at the videos. They're heavily relied upon. And I know that's what makes this competition unique, is that it is a lot of video editing and video work.
That's so well said.
Yeah.
Nick, what are your thoughts on having to provide a video when you're not? We always say, oh, I'm just a nail pro. I'm not a digital social media mastermind here. How do you cope with that? Like, do you agree that video is important?
Video, right. So video, clearly, when you're doing work, you need to show that it's you that's done it. And in a competition level as high as this as well, you need to show that you're using the techniques correctly, because we are duty bound as professionals to show that we're working cleanly, that we're using products correctly. We're not just mixing stuff together to see what's going on. And if we are mixing ingredients, which we need to be able to say, I'm doing this for artistic reasons. I do not recommend that you do this in the salon. This is purely for competition work. So we have a duty of care when we're making these videos as well. So it is really important. The judges need to see the process. They need to see your thought process, and they need to see you working cleanly and concisely.
Yeah, I think what Nicola said was really true. It's professionalism, right?
Yes.
And then Winnie, I mean, you're a content creator. You make videos day and night. Like, don't you think it's just important that we all know in this day and age how to make a video? Some of us don't, but like, don't you think it's just important? Like as a nail professional, right? You guys, you're business people, you're marketing people, and now you're also videographers. Like, it's just the way of our industry, right? It's video, it's visual, it's video focused.
Yeah. And I think for this competition, we made it very clear that we're not just looking for a nail artist.
Yes,
we are looking for a well-rounded nail artist who can do everything. And when it comes to, I guess it's a little, we called it video diary because it's sort of, we want you to capture your journey from the beginning to the end of your masterpiece. And that's why when Beth said, like, when you're talking, I want to be seeing the images that you're talking about. So think of it like as if you're telling us a story. So not only are you a nail artist, you're also a storyteller. You are scripting your own video because you have to, it's your movie. You have to show us the beginning, the middle, the end, and how you got there. And I think that's really important for anybody who is making a video diary for WSNA to have a mindset of, is that be professional, have a plan, have a script, and make sure that you are doing things like you would, like you're interviewing for a job almost.
Yeah, and I think too, you know, video, it's so prevalent right now, and we love it, right? Because that's how we get to know people. That's how we know people's personalities.
Yeah.
So for example, Nick, I just met Nick in last June, and I knew her only through her videos prior to then, but I feel like I knew Nick, right? Like she's not this completely different person in person. She's Nick. She's Nicola from the YouTube channel. So I'm like, okay, Nail Couture, Lincoln. Yeah. I know Nick. And so I think it's that connection. And like you said, Winnie, it's a diary, it's a story. So a lot of our entrants didn't show themselves on camera, like didn't speak. We want to see you. I think we're a little interested in getting to know you, especially at this stage. And we since we have to make a tough decision deciding which are going to go forward and which are going to be in the wild card. So I think it's just really important too that you start being more personable on camera, right? Like just like be authentic, be yourself and show yourself. I think that's like a major criticism, if you will, I had from the initial round of videos.
Yeah. And I think it's a good thing that we're not publishing these just yet, because everybody's learning. We all start somewhere. None of us knew what we're looking for, but I know we talked about this in our previous conversation, where it's sort of like a bell curve, because the caliber of this group is so high that our expectation automatically goes from here to here, because everybody is functioning at such a high level of talent.
So somebody's nails might be absolutely amazing, but if they can't get that process in a video clearly, that can be, so we can be demonstrated to a judge, we can't give you points on something we can't see. So it is really important. So I mean, I reached out to lots of friends and family about, how do you actually do this? You know, how do I make this clear? How do I get the microphone? How do I zoom in? One of the big things I learned quite early on was, don't just fast forward. That was a big thing. Don't just fast forward. Let's just put this on +5 to get it in. Yeah. Cut, cut those bits out where you're trying to find your brush.
Yeah.
Cut that bit out where you've dropped the tip on the floor. Cut all those bits out, and then make a video that flows nicely together, showing your best bits. No one needs to see you painting 5 red nails. They need to see you painting 1 red nail and then getting the artwork on the top of it. That's what we need to see.
Yeah, that's so well said. I think we tried to beat this over and over in everybody's head. Like, fast forwarding doesn't necessarily cover a lot of information. Like, just because it's fast and you get to fit everything into 5 minutes, I can't follow along. And like you said, you have to pick and choose. That's your script. You have to pick and choose what are the important steps. Like let's just say I'm making scrambled eggs. What are the first thing you have to do? Take out eggs. Break
Go to the
it
store.
open. Oh yeah, that too. Okay, now maybe that's
Unless
not a good.
I don't know.
Egg shortage.
Oh yeah, sorry. Bad example for all of us.
Horrible. But I think of it as like a instructional video almost, right? Because while you're explaining your reasoning behind your piece, you also want to show the general public how you're achieving these steps. So let's just say these videos are not for judges alone. They're for any audience out in the World Wide Web, someone who is thinking of entering competitions and get inspired by your video, because wow, if she can do that with polygel or like a clear tube, maybe I could try that too next time for a competition.
Yeah.
So I think those are the important things, like, you have to keep in mind when you who you're speaking to.
Yeah, and I think too, I'm gonna enter with the buzzwords here. I think, Jan always says show, not tell. So it's a fine line, right? We do want to see you work. We do want to know what you're doing. To use Nicola's example, if you're painting a nail red with gel polish, you don't need to say, and then I painted the nail with red gel polish, right? Because we can, if you're on camera, I can see that you took a red gel polish, not a red, LNP, not a red powder, like not a red lacquer. I saw that you took a gel polish and I saw that you painted it. Now, so you showed us, you didn't need to tell us. Now, but you should tell us if you have like a great tip for how to like apply that red polish in a way that
evenly. If you can get it
exactly. That's what you should tell us. So again, like you're saying, Winnie, it's your own script. And I think something that gets a little old and overdone. I did this and then I did this and then I did, like, okay, yes, thank you for being clear, but if we can see you do it, you don't need all those words. That should help you cut a little bit more. Yeah,
definitely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And as you said about pro tips as well,
yes,
it's always really handy if you're showing a technique, if you can then say you could also use this in the salon by doing this. That's really handy, because that gets buy-in of normal nail artists out there that go, you know what, I can't make that thing 5 inches long that looks like a tree, but I really like the way you've done those leaves. That's the way really get good buy-in then from people, and they enjoy the videos because it's relatable to them.
Because everybody's attention span is so short these days, and to keep someone in front of a screen for over 5 minutes is almost like torture for the general public now. So you also have to ask yourself the question, like, am I being engaging enough? Like,
that's
will I
question.
am I being appealing to, do I appeal to the general public? Do I appeal to anyone that works in the salon? Or maybe this is a great way to attract new clients for your salon. These are all questions that you have to consider. And I want to touch on a little bit about the narration of your videos as well, just because we can talk like this, like a conversation, the three of us, whatever.
We sound to you?
That's what we sound like. We can talk like this on a podcast because it's a conversation. We are, it's a casual, candid conversation. But when you're doing a 5-minute instructional video, a video diary, I highly recommend writing down what you're going to be narrating, because I cannot tell you the amount of times I see videos that goes, and then I think what I did here was I added chrome powders. I think, oh, never mind, I just screwed up. Oh, that was so hard. That kind of content is cool maybe for TikTok.
Right.
For 7
More
seconds.
Casual.
Yeah. But for 5 minutes, like, it's almost like I need some sort of substance.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
What I used to do was I would edit my video without any sound at all. I would just edit. So I'd I'd video the whole process. And certain parts of it, so I wasn't actually videoing the whole thing, or there'd be no memory left on my phone. I'd go, right, I need to video this bit, I need to video this bit, and I need to video this bit. I would then splice them all together using like iPlayer or something like that, editing it, not just fast forwarding it, just editing the pieces bit by bit by bit. Then I would watch it, see how it ran, and then I would narrate over it. And I would narrate in sections. And when I narrated in the sections, I would then go and check my volume levels all the way through to make sure that my volume level was all correct, because judges hate a pss, 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 and then I did this. Got too keen on that.
You sound like you speak from experience.
Have you done this?
I know. Right. So that's how I found it easier to do. I would work on my project, take splices of video as I was doing certain things which I knew were important to demonstrate, put that video together, physically take bits out that didn't need to be seen, take the volume all out of it, and then narrate over in segments, all at the same volume. All at the same volume. And that way you get, if you looked at my beginning videos from other things I've done in the past, those initial videos are all over the shop, and I got shot down. By the end of it, I've nearly got it. But that, I wish somebody had told me that you don't need to video the whole thing, just the bits that are important.
The important parts. And I think I would add too, and I think Winnie's comment about a script also speaks to this, that you need to be confident in what you're showing, because we had for example, we had a video in this round and there was apologizing in it. Like, oh, sorry, it wasn't light enough. Or I know in the past we've seen, well, I initially tried to do this and it didn't work out. And so I did it. Like, those are all things, and to Nicola's point, like, you can edit them out. You don't know this was your 5th set of nails. We don't know that. We think you came in the door and did this, and that's amazing to us. We don't need to know it took you 5 tries. Now, like, if it's for story or it's lighthearted, like, maybe if you have room, but like, you don't need to apologize. You can be confident. And and it looks bad when you say, oh, sorry, this wasn't light enough. Well, then we're going to say you need to have better lighting and make it lighter. So you knew you filmed it and let it go, and you knew that it wasn't bright enough. So it's not going to do well for scoring. So I would add on to that, just be really confident.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
There you go.
It's working. It's working. Working is fine.
I knew exactly what I did, and I meant to do that.
This is all on purpose. It's my first try. Yeah.
No, I have to commend you, Nick. We've seen your growth over the span of just a couple months, and this is what a champion does. Like, they encounter a problem, and then they solve the problem. They figure out what the issue is, and then they work at it. And I know there's many tears shed and swear words and gin slammed.
Lots of gin. I am blood group Gordon's. If I did a test, that's what
Nicola Gordon?
She's Gordon positive.
But I think would you say it's worth it though? Like, wouldn't you say that those are skills that you can now apply to something different that, going forward in your career? Put it this way,
nothing phases me anymore. Nothing really phases me that much anymore. When I've been competing in the past and I've done really long competitions, and I'm thinking, you know what, if I can get through competing for 4 months straight, week in, week out, doing this is going to be a walk in the park. Another little bit of advice I can give as well on your videos is, we love to see character in a video. We love to see personality, but we don't want
be too crazy.
We don't want to know that you're losing the plot.
That's a good one.
We don't. Because, if you're I was so stressed out when I've been competing before. I'm sure you guys, you have sleepless nights, and you can speak to that. You can speak about those things to your mentor and the judging team. They've always got like an ear for you, but don't put that on camera.
Thank you.
Don't put that on camera. Your video is a portrait of you. It's you being professional. It's you being, the world star nail artist. If you've got concerns about things, you speak to your mentor about that. You don't put it on the video.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Whew.
Thank
We
you.
did good, you guys.
This is an A team.
Some experience.
Just a little bit. We've done this maybe
Just
once or twice.
Just the one time.
Just the one time. Oh, now are there any? I want to say, like, a lot of people think to do a good video, you have to have the best equipment and da 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 da. Just use what you have around you. Be resourceful that way. Make sure the lighting is good. Make sure you have a device to film on. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a fancy camera. No. Most people edit on their phones or iPads or whatever. You don't need to spend money on a professional editing program. But I do want to say it is nice to look at videos that are well edited.
Yeah.
We don't want to be seeing tons of random filters and funny transitions or the watermark logos that you decided not to pay for to get rid of. Yeah. Those are the little things, I think.
Yeah, on Amazon now you can get little stands where you can put your phone in and it films bird's eye, and they've got like lighting on it already. There are some companies that do like little light boxes. They've got a hole in the top. You just put your phone in the top and then you work, and they're really clever because you've actually got almost like a clean space.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So the rest of my desk would be, let's put it this way, a creative landscape. And then my filming box, my light box, my filming box, spotless.
Exactly.
Spotless.
Untouched.
I love it.
Untouched.
I love it.
It's like an operating theatre. You close, please, doctor. We're going into the light box to film.
Eat off.
Gotcha. No dust on my hands, Jan. Look.
I think Nicole is still scarred.
It was a bit like
it happened to her.
Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain.
There you
Stuff all over the shop. Yeah. So like these filming boxes are really great. I know Katie Barnes does one. That's so handy. They've got little lights in it already.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Really handy things like that are. That was a game changer. That was, because I was balancing things off stuff, trying to get it. But that was really good. That's a really easy mistake you make. You put your phone on the top, and you actually filmed a whole section the wrong way up, and it needs to be the right way. And try and film it in the highest quality as you can as well.
Yes.
That's another thing.
Yes. Yeah. The whole format of the video, I know we haven't said much about it, and I think that's up to scratch how they want their format when it comes to portrait and landscape. Like if you film far enough, you can take bits and pieces and crop them into portrait, if anything.
For your socials.
So great tip, Nick.
I loved it.
Yeah, we were able to jam this into 25 minutes. That's 25 minutes of a lot of information, you guys. And this doesn't just apply to people who are competing in WSNA. Would you agree? I feel like this is for anybody who is looking to get into the industry to become an educator or, create content for social media and all that good stuff. These are great tips, I think.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
When you think it's all going to pot, just sit down with a glass of wine, and quite often after that, you'll feel a lot better from experience,
So wine is the solution to everything.
I think what I'm trying to say is that sometimes you feel like throwing all your toys out the pram, don't you? I'm not doing it anymore. I remember getting quite high up in a competition, down to the last three, and going, I don't want to go to the final. I remember thinking that, because it's just too much. No. Then my husband went, get a grip. Yeah, so when you feel it's all getting too much, Just take a step back, take a breather,
Yes.
go for a walk, and when you come back quite often, it's just as bad as you remember. No, I'm joking.
Wait, that's not what I was.
The twist we didn't see coming.
Sorry, I know you won't invite me again. I'm sorry.
The problem will not fix itself. Guess
No, you
what?
have to fix it yourself and grow up. That's it.
It's still here. Put on your big girl pants. Oh my gosh, you kill me. That's hilarious. Beth, do you have any last words?
Oh, these are my last. These are my final words.
Final one.
You made it sound so.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's
it's okay.
let's rephrase that.
These are my last words. They are the following advice. Yeah, I think what Nick said is true. Like, it's okay to revisit something, or maybe screen. Like, if you're not sure, like, screen your video for someone else, maybe spouse, maybe 11-year-old son, maybe, like, fellow nail pro mentor, and just, does this make sense? Like, what do you think? If you have the time to do that, that could be a good way to get outside perspective, because I know for me, like, I hate watching myself on video, and also sometimes you're too close to a project, right? Like, you can't, you've worked on these nails for a week. You're like, I can't look at this anymore. I need someone else. I need fresh eyes. But I also want to say something about narration. I guess this is one point we didn't touch on. I'm like a stickler for how people speak, and I think just remember to pace yourself in how you speak in the voiceover. Take your time. Don't talk too fast so that we can't understand you, right? Try and enunciate and talk at a pace that's healthy and where we can follow along. Sometimes people, I think, because they're nervous or maybe they don't have a script, they speed through, and that's hard to understand when you hear it back.
Yeah.
So just pace yourself and be calm and be, be yourself. When you smile, right, you can hear it. I don't know if you've heard that. So just sound positive, watch your words, but watch your pacing. Just take it easy. Take it easy. You're talking to friends. You don't need to talk super slow. You can speed it up, but you also don't want to talk too fast.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you both so much for sharing your knowledge with us today. I am sure we'll see you both back very soon for another episode of something.
Did we change the name of the podcast? It's something. Okay.
Something. How will people follow our journey on WSNA? Beth, will you let people know?
Sure. They'll follow at Scratch Magazine on Instagram, at C&D World on Instagram, scratchmagazine.co.uk on the web. I have a question. How are they going to follow Nick? Nick, how do I stalk you on the internet? How would I go about doing that?
I'm on the Instagram now. Have you not heard?
Haven't you heard? She's the TikTok star.
I've been on the TikTok, I'll let you know.
What's your hand? Share your handle. Share your website.
It's on Instagram. It's Nicola Lincoln, and our website is www.nicolalincoln.co.uk.
See,
that's
Instagram
her.
star.
See,
TikTok
I'm now
star.
IT literate.
And that concludes our shenanigans for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Beyond the Brush. We will catch you on the next one. Ta-ta!
Bye-bye.
Everybody.